right? I mean, we don't know how it happened. I mean, a mistake could have been made. It could have been an open.
Hi guys, welcome to Battlemarked. We're on campaign number 7, and I think we're just finishing the first campaign.
Not since I left. Sure, yeah, that's fine. Exactly, yeah, you want to have a third league and have people that have, different gender identifications competing. That's fine. We're coming with you. We'll find you out there. Don't wait on us, brother. Y'all be good, man. Thank y'all. Y'all be good. What's up, Milan? I mean, wait, Milan. Wait, hold on, guys. Milan, that's crazy. There's 8 chatters typing. Guys, if you're in chatter right now, please blow this fucking retard out of like this, right? Where you do. He's like calling out our chat, and he's calling out y'all for who you are and what you watch and all this bullshit. Go ahead and real quick swirl him out the water. Show me something.
Going up against some goblins. Let's see what's going on.
Worthless, that all. Thank you. There you go. Go ahead and run the stats. Go ahead and run those stats, buddy. Go ahead. I think go ahead and run those stats. You know what I mean? That's just going to be interesting to play because they're pouring, guys. The production budget for Grand Theft Auto 6 is greater than that of the Burj Khalifa combined.
Yeah, like an old other couch, dude. Like the,
It's just seeing the product come out. It's going to be fascinating. We did. They already moved on for someone to put that much. They were going to meet up with the homies. We're gonna see him again. I mean, you're all night, right? You're gonna see him 20 more times. These guys actually like that. What's up, Skimsler? Taking that guy outside? Fucking pussy. I'll slit your throat. Yeah. I really hope he's going to use that they're putting in all the effort to take advantage of it. Like, I want to see that. Good for her. Wow. I think he meant N-word. Alright guys, let's let the stream pick up a bit. Let's go back to this. Wow. Uncle, let me ride that broom. I wouldn't be pleased either given the situation. Yeah. Some dark horses. Is that what she called it? A dark horse. How about that? Let's just take like 3 shots and head back out. You don't hear that a lot. Huh. Yes. Of course. 500. Jesus. No, she's not that crazy. So she almost won even with competing against a biological male. That's fucking impressive.
so like the same skin, but more wrinkles. It's like this skin color, but more wrinkles.
Right. Sure.
She enough work done, so it's all wrinkled up. But yeah, it's like that same color.
Yeah, sure. Absolutely.
Given her life to strong woman. So now, that's what grinds on me is that somebody's saying.
I'm really glad that he's using this line of like argumentation because it's like kind of emotional messaging, but I think it's the one type of messaging that is the most counter to the acceptance of it. Is that you're basically taking advantage of a person's entire life's work and them being at the pinnacle of their athletic career
is, and this person now is not able to reap the benefits or the satisfaction of being able to achieve that. I'm very, very glad to see this. I totally agree with him too. Obviously, it's both emotional and logical. Yeah, I guess so.
It's more like that.
Yep.
So she's like skinny and like super muscle. Church food.
I'd be fucking cool.
Yeah,
Absolutely. Yeah, it
cigarettes
sucks.
too. That's more church like. But she didn't have blonde hair.
It's not fair. Yeah, it's not fair. And the problem is that there will be some people that will come and take what he's saying here as being transphobic or something like that. But this is one of the instances, like, we're not talking about somebody, you know, like, identifying as something, like, or wearing a dress, or whether somebody's able to, like, wear makeup. Like, you're really talking about, this is one of the biological differences. It's kind of like, all of these people talk constantly about how, you know, gender and sex are two different things, but this is one of the instances where actually that argumentation works against you. Because in this instance, you're talking about sexual advantages, like genuine sexual advantages that are based off of the innate characteristics of someone being a male or a female. And really, I think that transcends any sort of, like, you know, fucking social messaging, right? It goes way beyond that. Why you keep saying she? Well, I don't care, because here's the reason why. This is the reason why. I don't have a problem with people identifying as trans. I have a problem with people identifying as trans and then invading women's spaces. That's what I have a problem with. So, like, if you want to be trans, that's fine. I don't give a shit. Go ahead, right? You want to wear a dress, wear makeup, and call yourself a woman and get surgery for it? Have fun. Right? It's your life. You're going to be able to do what you want. And also, if you don't want to respect somebody's pronouns, then don't do it. I don't care. It's not my problem, not your dad. But, like, I'm just telling you the way that I do things, right? Is I usually generally respect people's pronouns, but at the same time, you know, I recognize that there's a biological difference between a trans woman and a biological woman. I think this is, by the way, my perspective on this is the perspective that I think most people have. Like, they're willing to play ball and be reasonable and be polite, but at the same time, don't wear it out. I do. I think this is the way most people feel. I'm not going to tell you that you're wrong. I'm not going to tell you that you have to think the way that I think. I'm just sharing the way that I feel. You ask me a question, there's my answer. There you go. Well, no, it's because nobody, and the thing is, she doesn't have a big social media presence like Eddie has, right? Like, nobody knows her really at the same level that, like, they know Eddie Hall. Like, he's, like, one of the, like, top, most well-known people in the sport. So, it's like, whenever you come out and you say something like that, you're going to have a ton of people that will attack you maliciously and, like, be hyper-hostile to you if you speak out against this at all. So, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised at her not speaking out about this. I'd be afraid to do it, too. Yeah, I totally would.
Oh, yeah, I know. But something is funny. I think
Anonymous said $5.
I think now the truth is out.
Yeah.
Well,
I think that really this is not alone. Like, if this person didn't say that they were trans, they did so on a level of bad faith that is just completely manipulative and extremely problematic. So to me, like, that's how I see it. Is that, like, this is a person that very clearly is actually trying. They're trying to do something that they shouldn't be trying to do.
Oh, you fucking prick. Okay.
Right.
If I wanted to be the coolest
It sucks that, like, there's, like, so many cuts. Obviously, like, you said, there's, like, 5 cuts here. And I think probably the reason why is that he probably had to do retakes for this to like make sure that people don't like try to take it out of context and turn him into like this horrible person, which he's obviously not. I mean, this is a completely reasonable, normal position to have that I think most people agree with and understand. But you know, it's unfortunate to see somebody, you know, and maybe that's not the case. Maybe I'm wrong about this, but like I just feel like it's a little bit of a coincidence, right?
I'm sure he does.
And so to see that happen, it's disappointing to see people that are like so afraid and like self-censoring themselves about it. Walking on eggshells, yeah. Exactly.
Let's have a conversation. What do you think the world is about homosexuality? What do you think
I think you can delete. It's pretty simple. Yeah, you just simply revoke it and say it didn't happen. Like that, yeah. Like we had somebody that like was a biological male that competed in the women's competition. We didn't know at the time our bad, and yeah, now the actual winner is this other person. I feel like it's super simple. Yeah. There it is.
Just stand still.
Base. Absolutely base. Sure.
Enemies up.
Oh.
Because when Latino was talking about like
It did happen. I saw that. The Olympics, and they changed the rules for the Olympic Games because the Olympics recently ruled that anybody who's not a biological female cannot compete in the women's team. Which is like, I mean, it's crazy. You know what's so insane is the fact that we're even talking about this. What the fuck is going on? Can you believe that? Oh my god.
Anonymous sent $3 question for the boys who Vagabond never fixes Bo. Will there ever release the Anthony tape? Chat needs answers.
That was confirmed. I think it was. Let's go back.
He's looking at my J-Ro's house and he's like, double queen bed.
Fuck. Wrong guy, fuckhead.
Well, and it's also like, it's just common sense, right? You've got 12 competitors, 20 competitors, and one person is competing on an uneven playing field. Well, that ruins the competition for everybody else. Even if, like, let's say you get third place instead of second place. Let's say you get seventh place instead of fifth place. That's still the person that shouldn't be in. And like, I don't understand how anybody could look at this and not see that this is just a blatant level of unfairness that should never be tolerated by anybody. Like, I view this issue as like the hyper-leftist, like, flat earth issue. This is the kind of stuff to me that it's like, okay, well, if you believe this, you have departed from the realm of rationality. Like, it's very obvious that biologically there's difference between men and women, like, in terms of, like, you know, athletic performance.
Nice,
right?
that fucking wolf is dope.
And so when I see somebody that's like unwilling to accept that, or they're going to try to, like, you know, make exceptions and try to, like, oh, but what about this other thing that doesn't make sense? You really, like, I mean, you're talking to a retard, right? You're talking to a retard. You're talking to somebody who has been ideologically captured, and they're not thinking about it. Exactly. Yeah. I mean, like, it's fine. Like, if you want to be a trans, like, you know, power lifter or like athlete, then go ahead. You know, more power to you. The problem isn't that you're trans and you're doing the sport. The problem is you're actively trying to compete against women and take away their representation in the sport. that's the actual problem. Like, that's what people are actually mad about. And this is, I think the problem is that, like, this one individual person is not really reflective of, like, this isn't the way, believe it or not, all trans people don't think that this person is great, right? Like, there's obviously, like, you know, going to be questions, even inside of that community, as to whether this is acceptable. I think a lot of them probably are going to think the same thing that Eddie thinks. They're probably going to think the same thing I think. Like, where it's like, okay, well, yeah, we just want to be treated this way in society, but, like, obviously, there's situations where it's biological, there should be a difference. But the problem is that there are some people who try to protect themselves and put themselves into the conversation that are really just doing it for virtues and other things, right? They don't really care about trans issues, they don't care about trans people, they don't care about equality, they don't care about fairness, they don't care about anything, right? The only thing that they care about is asserting themselves into a space and then acting as the arbiter of what's good and what's bad, and then appointing themselves as the person who's good. That's really what they're doing. Because in my opinion, I think it's stuff like this and the use of it and the obfuscation of it being bad is actually doing more damage to trans people than trans folks are. I think that it is, because the reason why is that a lot of people that hate trans people are, you know, sometimes they can be like very extreme, and it can go to the point where I think sometimes it's irrational, right? It's like it's a little bit too far. It's like, you know, you've crossed over from like criticism into like harassment and like hostility and just being mean. And so, but what this does, I think, is that it radicalizes a lot of average people, a lot of like well-meaning, good-intentioned, average, everyday people. And whenever they see something like this happen, and then they see it being defended, and I think that that's what really kind of pushes people away from supporting the cause. That being trans is irrational. It is irrational, but people, I like getting tattoos would say is irrational. Like being a furry is irrational. Being a drag queen is irrational. If somebody has a right to be irrational if they want to. Now, my point is though that I think that the biggest victims of stuff like this and the advocacy for it are actually other trans people. And I think that what happens is that, you know, you do get people that are relatively apolitical, right? Like Eddie Hall, who are talking about this, and I think that they contribute to a negative sentiment towards trans people by their actions. And I think it's an undeniable reality in my opinion. That these people that have been trans have like gone out of their way to do this, and I think that in doing so, it has massively negative effects. Like that's really so yeah. And they responded radically because they've got pushed radically. Exactly. Yeah, you can't push people into a radical position of saying that men and women have the same biological capacities, and then expect for them to just be like, oh, okay, yeah, all right.
I enjoy when you do the ad reads too. Watching you hide your literacy and fumbling words with great cancer. Imagine doing ad reads for 65 years.
Yeah.
Better luck selling your own
There it is.
cookies.
What would you control? I mean, I really would like to control.
Anti-slave, but I'll advertise
People have mental health to think about as well. We should think about
Dizzy coffee and crypto. When I heard mushroom and coffee, whatever, I was like, what do you mean? Mushroom flavors in the coffee.
Ah, shit.
I stuttered, I read it mushrooms, like
Where'd it go? Come on. I feel like I'm Gollum in the ring, bro. Like shit. Really right there. Oh my god.
they better have a View Botter of the Year fucking category at the Streamer Awards. They don't have a most view botted streamer of the fucking year award, and I don't give it out. I'm gonna fucking riot.
What's up, Tina? So,
Down the center.
all my people in the chat right now, say what's up if you in the chat besides Skin Flu. If you're not a bitch ass dude, say what's up in the chat. Type anything. Let's see who's in here for the IRL Austin. I know Radiohead is. I know Gnarly is. Trash.
The Massachusetts Public School System failed you. You are the child.
Darko.
I didn't go to public school.
Well, we had a good run.
So here's what's going on.
I mean, I had that phone for a long time.
I'm
But
one of the most
now it's
elite private schools in the fucking country.
Wow. Time to clean again?
Steve and Carlos are
Anonymous sent $5 cop off music video.
Where the advertiser cannot even afford his own crypto.
I don't even know how it happened. I went to the back room. Yes, I know. And
I know you are
this is nuts. I know. I'm going to look at that in a minute.
Nobody would be able to contact the man.
Something like this happened.
You're the one with the key.
I know what to do.
And explain
whoever's
that all right, just Obama and Brennan, but the CIA using U.S. aid, the slush funds, Department of Energy, EPA, all that to engage in massive election fraud, massive persecution, massive censorship, banking.
What's up,
So, Captain, how much did
What's up,
voter
Marzak, Bella,
registration
Sam,
value
Ocean, Bella, Braden, Mercus, Mandy, Pookie, Slime, Geico, Napkin.
With Trump's pro-America plan,
Whatever new battles,
My cousin Mike called me. Thank you. Appreciate it, man.
months to get
Oh my fucking god.
overall the swamp has been able to
I can't bro, like, what the fuck? Yeah, wow. And, we were walking around. Yeah, I guess so. Holy shit. As we're close to the crash, yeah, it's in my fucking...
Shut up, big dog.
This is it's embarrassing, bro. Like, that's really embarrassing. I don't even know what to say. Okay, okay, where was I at? I forgot what was happening. What I missed? Honestly, guys, nothing.
Guys, why don't you guys spam that in our chat? Ice this.
That fucking, it's like it lowers your IQ by like 100 points, if not more. Wow. Okay. All right. Let me just. All right. Let's move on. Let's move on. Jesus, I can't even think about this. All right. Wow.
Anonymous sent $3. You guys should bring back the Kick at Night streams. There was some good shit finding the weird streamers like those dances.
Seems like they have. No, there's no reason to do that. Uh-oh. Yeah. So yeah, let me go back. I'll go ahead and show you this video here. I mean, good for him, right? He's trying to not go to UK jail. Yeah, right. And so anyway, this is Eddie Hall video, right? Yeah, he is a very, very well-known, like a strong man. Like he was on shows, a number of other like things about him. Like very famous, very well-known. He's got 3 million subscribers, obviously. Sorry, now make sure to give him a sub follow. Like he's a good guy. I've seen a number of his videos before. I've seen him stuff as well, and so he's Jack. And yeah, there you go, man. And so the strongest man in the world for a while. Yeah, he was. And so there you go, guys. And I also saw apparently. So this is it right here. Dan Booker won the title of strongest woman in the strongest woman competition in Arlington, Texas. Man.
Dad, Panthers, Scram.
She's not having it, bro.
Dad, Panthers, Scram. Shiver, all y'all.
She's pissed. I'd be pissed too. Yeah, you worked your fucking ass off and have that happen. That's crazy. Wow. And so, yeah, especially with how happy, this is Senior underscore what is this here? Breaking Strongman World Championship said they were unaware that Jamie Booker was a male and he competed in the women's category and now have disqualified him and stripped him of his titles. So this is again another very good ending to a ridiculous story. I can't even believe this shit still happens, but you know, the positive side is that it's very rare nowadays, which is good. And they want to provide an update on what's happening following the official Strongman Games, which were held in Texas this year.
Who's got the key?
And who now identifies as female, competing in the women's open category. Official strongman officials are unaware of this or ahead of the competition. It's crazy. Like I do think that this person deserves some criticism for competing and then not disclosing this to the people running it, right? I mean, you obviously you're a celebrity, right? Like you're an athlete. You know what the difference is. Like there's nobody who's like an elite athlete that doesn't understand this difference. They understand it better than anybody else. So it's manipulative, duplicitous, deceitful behavior, and it's just totally unacceptable. And an attempt has been made to contact the competitor involved, but the response has not been received. Had we been aware or had this been declared at any point before or during the competition, this athlete would have not been permitted to compete in the women's open category. We are clear, competitors can only compete in the category through the biological sex reported at birth. Official strongman is inclusive of events which discriminate against athletes based on personal characteristics. Any athlete is welcome, but it's our responsibility to ensure fairness and ensure athletes are assigned to men's or women's categories based on whether they are reported as male or female at birth. This is the most reasonable and normal opinion that you can possibly have. So yeah, there you go. And what is this here? If I can find it. And where'd it go? This is. Find this here. What is this comment here? Jamie Booker winning World's Strongest Woman contest is such an incredible achievement, and we need to be lifting her up, not smashing her down. She's the world's strongest woman. Sorry, Turks. That sure didn't go very well, did it? Yeah. Oh man, wow, I don't even want to read these. Okay, so yeah, call the retard police, I guess. So I'm gonna get banned. LOL at my downvote ratio. Good to see the turfs are out in force today. Do you feel this helps with
2 misses? Fucking retard. You know how you die, you miss.
Great argument. Like you've got, this is kind of a troll, right? Like you've got
Boys always thinking of others.
Oh my God, a new win for the patriarchy. Yeah, I guess so. And what's a turf?
The weaker boys always thinking of others.
Feminist. It's a term that's used for women that acknowledge that somebody can be trans, but don't want to share women's spaces with people who are trans. That's like J.K. Rowling is a good example of this, right? And that's what the term. And again, I'm not arguing about this. I don't want to debate it like you guys want my position on it is. you know, like, so a woman, yes, basically, right? And so, but that's what it is, right? I'm not saying this is what it is or it's good. I'm just saying this is how it is. So yeah. Anyway,
Get
yeah,
a drink
I would
going.
say
Who's
I
drinking in the
do.
chat?
I
Say
do.
me.
I think that most people do, by the way.
Straight
So yeah, the title is
brawl
Split
commence?
from Fortress.
Get a drink going. Who's drinking in the
No,
chat?
they gave
Say
the championship
me.
to somebody
Or
else.
say
Yeah, they still
When does the brawl commence?
So yeah. Anyway, let me see here. How does he compare to an elite male? Well, probably not even remotely close, right? So from again, one believe they had no idea this dude was competing in one's category until after he walked off the titles. That's an oversight.
You want to see What's up, Scrum?
I think the fact is that like a lot of them didn't expect to see something like this happen. It's kind of like a lot of times you can get away with something by just one of the like I remember like we used to buy omelets, make omelets, make a lot of omelets, usually like people's cars and houses. And I had a friend who bought a box of eggs, and then he would walk out with 2 boxes of eggs.
I was promised Coke.
And nobody ever did anything because if you just like look, you can get away with a lot of
DJ
crime.
Cool says,
I'm not saying this is a crime.
is Pookie 26-2 claimed the Zog badge?
If you play at all, you absolutely
DJ Cool
and a
says,
lot of people know that.
is
and you guys
Pookie
probably
26-2 claimed the Bog badge?
Situation like that. It's like that robbery at the museum. Yeah, exactly. You just walk in and act like you're forward, and you walk out with it, right? And so I don't think that they really deserve a lot of blame. I think that there's like accountability where it's like, okay, you need to make sure you know about this. They damn well only yanked the title after the internet exploded. Real champs again, Thompson gets jabbed because of this farce. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's just again, how did everyone in the world know that he was a man and they didn't? Because he just literally signed up and that was it. Yeah, he just went and signed up and there was nothing else more to it than that. So yeah, I don't know. The Bill Clinton kid, yeah, that's a perfect example. Like, how did the Bill Clinton kid get up on the Game Awards? You know, the fucking the speech thing. Well, the reason why is because he acted like he was supposed to be there. So I don't think that they deserve any harassment or like, you know, a lot of like strong critique. I mean, obviously, like, yeah, it's not the way you're supposed to do things, but you know, they made a mistake and that's the way it is. It's plausible deniability. Exactly. He blended in. He did. He was slippery, wasn't he? So yeah, that's what I would say. Why don't the trans community remember quality to win the least though, all right? Because they do not know. Well, I do think that again, it's because they're not even in the Middle East. And also they're not part of the Middle East. But again, I do think that there is this like fucking, I'm trying to think of the way to say it. Like, if you're supporting like cultures and like going and throwing people off of buildings, it's obviously a bad thing. There's no other side to throwing people off buildings. This is clearly bad, and anybody who thinks it's not is out of their fucking mind. So yeah, like, exactly. It's crazy to see people support that. So yeah, only that, absolutely. There are people on the internet, obviously. And so, yes, there we go. It actually happened. It actually happened. Holy fucking shit. I swear we're not all like that. This is crazy. I know that most trans people think it's fucking retarded. And here's what's crazy about it. This is even on the trans sub. Even on the male to female Reddit trans sub, this person got downvoted to 0. And I think this is, and this is before I even pulled it up or anything like that. It was at 0 beforehand. Most people don't support this. Even in their own home field, on their own home turf. Pun intended in this circumstance, right? On their own home turf, they don't even support it, right? So there you go. And yeah, most people always find, yeah, it's just crazy to even do something like that. And I don't see how anybody would say that it's not. Yeah, it's so obvious. Read the comments of the Reddit, they do support it. Yeah, there was like 2 people that supported it. Wow, that's crazy. 2 people supported it. I can't believe it. So yeah, such bad PR. It is. It's very, very bad PR, and I don't really know why you let something like that happen. I'll definitely say that. Put in by XQC for a conversation about gambling screens. Uh-oh. Here we go.
I gave ammunition
Yo,
to
do me a
every
favor.
person on the internet, including like
Skin flu. Yo, do me a favor.
how much does it take to actually get here?
The 5-star
We're gonna be Wigamaxing in the club.
5-star gym.
You can put a gym inside the
Cuz,
gym.
Kimo, I like it
There's a
like
gym inside
that.
that gym.
I like changing my identity. We're gonna be Wigamaxing. You guys don't know what I'm out of look like.
Just saying.
Cuz, Kimo, I like it like
How you
that.
been, homie?
I like changing my identity.
Chili
You
907.
guys don't know what I'm out of look like.
Where my wigs at? Where my wigs at?
We don't. Just saying to you now.
Chili 907.
We can do. Hey, if you want to talk about
Where my wigs at? Where my wigs at?
Gambling isn't the same as doing gotcha games because in gambling you can chase losses. In gotcha games you can't chase losses. This is an objective fact and it's a defined reality. While you can resell an account, not only is it against the terms of service, but there's never going to be a realistic universe where you're going to resell an account at anywhere near the market value that you paid to obtain the things that are on the account. So the fact is that gambling and gotcha games are massively different, but they're on the spectrum of gambling. But I think that to compare them is just really, I think it's misleading because the main way that I think people ruin their lives through gambling is by losing all their money, borrowing money, losing that money, borrowing more money, losing that money, and then they kill themselves, right? Or however many steps it takes. So the truth is that, yes, gambling is obviously very different than, let's say, fucking a gotcha game. But you are effectively gambling in gotcha games, but the component that makes gambling such a pernicious, vice is not present in gotcha games. This is just objectively true. Like, I don't know how anybody can argue against this or say otherwise. You do kind of chase losses in a gotcha game, no? No, you don't, because every dollar that you spend in a gotcha game is a dollar that goes into the void. You will never get your money back whenever you spend the money on a gotcha game. You'll never have any time where, you're getting some reward for it or anything else. Every single dollar is gone forever. You'll never get the money back. That's the difference. Is you never invest money into a gotcha game thinking that you're going to get it back.
Bro, I'm a man of principles, XQC. I'm a man of principles. No. Projection. This is level 1 projection, boys. Level 1 projection tech. He's projecting his shit onto me. He cannot comprehend someone else. It is what it is.
I don't see why it's not. It's
So
not.
y'all ain't got shit going on.
It's just simply not.
Motherfucker, we were just outside. We're going outside
I
again.
don't even see
Dude,
how
I
this
can't
is
just
So y'all ain't got shit going on.
Wait till someone
Just make
comes
people
out.
think that you can sell the account. You can only sell the account for roughly 10 to 12% of the investment.
Dude, I
and
can't
make a
just
profit. Yeah, exactly.
outside.
You're not, and by the way, it's not like you're selling the account for like a 10% loss. You're selling the account for 10% of what it's
Dude,
worth.
Aaron's not even
Like it's the opposite. You're not selling it for 90%. You're selling it for 10%. Massive.
Dude, Aaron's not even
And if you don't believe me, by the way, if you don't believe me, look up accounts. Just look them up. Look them up. Look at the characters that you have on those accounts. Look at the value of the accounts. Compare the value of that account to how much money it would take to get that character, and then do the math. Like again, I don't want to prove this to anybody. Simply look it up and figure it out for yourself. It's so obvious.
Stranger Things. I know a million ways, but it's not.
So that's just worse than gambling. I understand your argumentation, but no, it's not. You have to understand the psychology of chasing losses in order to understand how gambling is more corrosive than gotcha games are. On the surface, you might have that conclusion, but whenever you think about the psychology, you would realize that it's not true.
His nose and his eyeballs.
Principal
That shit is fucked up. Straight up.
Like, I'm not trying to be. Like, I don't want to be.
Yeah.
Straight up.
I think that if you want to do slots and you want to promote gambling, you are doing the Lord's work. people should know how to do it. They should understand math. And why don't they understand math? That don't understand math with money? Do we really need more people that can't do math that are using large quantities of money? I would say not. So yes, gambling. So I don't really care if somebody's doing it, but the only thing that I disagree with really is I don't like when people have like a position that I consider to be like immoral or unethical or like basically if you're going to do something that is a gray area morally or ethically, then do it and just say, yeah, that's what we're doing. And say, yeah, because they're paying me a lot of money, and it's what it is. Like, I don't think you don't need to be right in every circumstance. Sometimes you can just operate in self-interest and do what you want to do, and that's it. Like, there's no reason that you have to be on the right side of everything.
Straightbot says, go collab with Nicholas White.
And I'll try. At the end of the day, I think the
Straightbot says, go collab with Nicholas White.
I do think that Quinn's coverage of Diablo Immortal, and XQC would respond to this. XQC would respond to this accusation, and he would say that I tell people not to gamble also. Like, I actively tell people not to do it, and there's like a thing that, Train has, like, do not gamble. So, like, that's what he would say as a response to this, so I actually don't think that Quinn's argument is very good, because if the argument is that you doing it is actually a disincentive for, you're actively trying to disincentivize people from playing the game, because neither Quinn nor XQC can quantify the tangible effect that they had on a company by playing this game. Now, he could come back and say, I can't quantify it because Diablo Immortal is paying me, but that's still, the fact is that all of this is
I swear for God, I'm gonna get my family off. I still got family. I'm gonna get my family off.
I was like,
I swear for God, I'm gonna get my family off.
Everybody,
I'm gonna get my family off. Get your family right.
D4 bad.
Your family off EBT.
What about me?
I'm like flipped the enemy.
What about me?
I got unfollowed.
Because you called that girl fat. She was fat.
What?
She was.
I don't understand. I saw a girl.
Yeah.
That was a joke, and it's freaking how they I don't understand.
Blizzard is shit. Like, after that happened, I realized that it's being run by Karens. It's being run by fat Karens. It's just the way it is. Can't you quantify it if XQC has a code for gambling? Well, no, because they don't have access to the data. I mean, I'm not saying it can't be quantified. I'm saying that I can't quantify it. It's not publicly. It's not. You can't do it publicly. So yeah.
There's no correlative thing going on there was what I did with the other model. If you think you don't understand what's going on with the other model side, all I did with the other model was like, let's find out how much money I spent to get the basics for the stadium.
Five.
How would you get a max star gym? Which, by the way, you can put a gym inside that gym, and then you put another gym inside that gym. I did this just a level 1 5-star gym, and this created a bit of a,
It was a very good stream idea. It was a great idea. Turns out telling people not to gamble doesn't work as stake. Well, based off of that logic, when showing this also wouldn't work. Like, that's why I don't think this is a good argument. Is that if you use the argument that because I showed this and then people, he's making an assumption that people stop playing Diablo Immortal because of what he said. This is an assumption. But I think that XQC and Trainwrecks very often say not to gamble in the same way that Quinn said not to play Diablo Immortal, right? So at the end of the day, it's hard to say.
How greedy I was just how selfish. I did it day. I thought it was going to be about let me tell you, when I finally got it,
It's like $15,000. Yep. Yeah, it's obviously different, but again, is Diablo Immortal is destroying lives. I mean, I'm sure anybody can destroy their life if they're dumb enough. Like, I don't really feel bad. Like, this is gonna maybe sound bad, but like, I don't really feel bad for people that destroy their lives through gambling. I just don't. The reason why is because it's their own decision. Like, you decided to do something that was a bad decision, and now you're like I feel bad for them on like a personal level, but I don't feel bad for them on like a logical level. Like I don't feel like they were taken advantage of. I feel like they engaged in something that there's more than enough documentation and evidence and marketing, and not really marketing, but like, you know, education about, like, everybody knows slot machines, you lose money on them, right? Everybody knows this. So if you go into a slot machine and you know that you're going to lose money on it, you go into the lottery and you know that you're probably going to lose the lottery, and you still do it, at that point, that's your fault. That's your fault. You, at a certain point, an individual has to take accountability for their own behavior. That's it. Yes, people with zero self-control. Well, the thing is that, so like if somebody has zero self-control and they decide to like punch somebody else at a grocery store, I don't look at that person and say, oh wow, you're such a victim because you're stupid. No, you're a victim of your own stupidity maybe, but like I don't feel bad for you in terms of like a big way. I don't view anybody else as the one that's wrong. It's you that's wrong. Like at the end of the day, a person needs to be able to control themselves, and if you can't control yourself, that's not the obligation of the rest of the world to try to make up the difference, right? That's really it. So, another, oh jeez. Wow, Casey's a perfect, but she's still
Yo, we're unmuted. What's up, boys?
the treatment she receives for being unpalatable.
With the music.
Yo.
It's bad now. Just wait
Yo,
till
we're
how bad it's gonna
unmuted.
get.
What's up, boys?
You guys still hear me? If you can hear me, put a with the music.
It's gonna get a lot
If you
worse.
can hear me,
And so
good.
we have another, this is some other random girl.
You guys still hear me? If you can hear me, put a 11 in the chat.
And so anyway,
If you can hear me,
she actually
good, put
did
11
help
in the
women
chat.
in the gaming space. And I would actually argue that Casey brought damage
Willie
to the
again?
gaming space in a
I don't know if that was again, but Willie saved him again with the
So
gift
I
of
think
Lindy
Casey
705 with the 13
Willie
months
again?
restricted.
I think
I don't know if that
Bobby
was
did
again, but
something.
Willie saved him again with the gift of Lindy 705 with the 13 months restricted. But the Bucks is
And I feel like that's the main reason why so many people have such hostility towards like babies and stuff like that, right? They don't like it. They need the thread. They're racist here. Some thread about them. They talk about how Japan is my favorite. I'll pull it up in a second. But let me finish talking about this first. And yeah, she didn't have to learn this thing. Yeah, so she basically she took over and she allowed everybody else. She created a negative stereotype for women, and she did so by enriching herself and then basically doing a character story of women and then making everybody hate her. No, obviously, like, yeah, all this attention will help her. I don't think it will help her. Like, everybody says, like, this is the thing, is that everybody says, like, oh, getting a lot of attention like this is good. I can guarantee you that it's not good. As somebody who's, like, been a recipient of it and who's seen other people who are recipients of it,
I know
the long-term effect of drama that basically everybody is aligned that you're wrong about is absolutely corrosive. It's very bad for you as a career thing, and it's just bad in general. She had the Brazzers logo on her channel. Yeah, exactly. And so she was baiting that the entire time. So this is your... I don't know if there's really I don't see... Oh, this is the mirror? Talk about how safe Japan is.
I think you guys will hate it. I'm here, motherfucker. Because you come to Japan and the motherfucker sent his resume. That motherfucker said postman.
Why would he do that?
I'm here, motherfucker.
Why would you do that?
Entertain us,
His
Twink
resume. That motherfucker said postman.
Well, waiting to meet a friend and shit.
Thank you for sending. Entertain us, Twink Bro.
I decided to make my daily YouTube videos. Out of nowhere, I was run really hard from behind. Here's the full video.
I'm out here in Kabukicho, not necessarily happy about it, not really loving it. Kabukicho isn't my favorite place anymore. Back when I first came to Japan, I thought Kabukicho was so interesting. Because in America we don't have anything like this, like a red light district. Of course, if I was in America with all the people that have guns and the crazy, super violent people, I'm sure people would be getting shot and all types of drugs. And people would be stealing from each other. It would be just absolute chaos. Not that.
I mean, look at our Discord.
Kabukicho is chaotic in its own right, but I feel like if there was something like this in America, it would just be an absolute.
Discord. His head PA
It's too dangerous, really, for any civilized person to do.
That should have been
the case. It's crazy because you come to Japan and
she thinks her job right now is
But he just walked by. There he is. He just walked by.
It's crazy because you come to Japan and
never on alert. Uh-oh. Oh, there he is. Got it. That's pretty scary. Yeah, I bet. He and like 4 or 5 of his wait, what? He and like 4 or 5 of his friends surrounded and yelled at me. What? That's pretty scary. Yeah, I'd be scared too. I immediately went to the police, but they didn't find the suspects. Kabukicho at night, there are a lot of malicious touts and scammers that target foreigners. I mean, that guy's probably, I mean, he's not Japanese, he's some black probably not born in Japan. And in my opinion, if I was Japan, I'd be getting him out as fast as possible. It's crazy that they put up with that. Crazy. Japan's an incredibly safe country. Well, it will only be a safe country to the extent that they hold people accountable who make it unsafe. That's the problem, is that, and this is the issue. People think out there's like having any tolerance for a person that's like a, you know, like wanted violence. Like there's ever like a happy ending for them. There's just more violence at the end of it. You can't let your guard down, and I learned it the hard way. Well, I mean, it's a pretty easy way to solve that. You just find him and all his friends. Like, I mean, obviously, like, why wouldn't we do that? Yeah, I don't even, like, obviously, right? I mean, there you go. This thread's about to be deleted very soon. Yeah, no, the reason why is that, like, and here's the issue, is that there is a very obvious sentiment that everybody has, that it's clearly a big problem that people are coming from third world developing countries, they're coming into first world countries like European countries, Japan, and America, and acting like fools. They're acting like fools, they're being violent, they're acting like savages, and they're acting like they're able to whenever they're in their own country. And honestly, I think they need to go back. I think every single one of them needs to be sent back. I don't see how there's even a question about this. You have people that are just openly aggressive and violent. Why is it that as a society we tolerate this for even a second? Why don't we tolerate this for even 1 second? Just literally put them on a boat and ship them. That's not one about Japan or the US. I said this about the US 1,000 times. It's just sad for me to see it happen to Japan too. Because a lot of people, they think that they're being like a good person by allowing this person into the country and everything. And I'm sure some of them are good people, but the truth is that whenever you're letting in a bunch of migrants into a country, especially from like a totally different culture, you're going to have a lot of problems. You are. This is just the truth. And you can say, oh, that's not true. And you're going to be wrong every single time. You are fighting against reality. You have waged war against the truth. And it doesn't matter how many Reddit posts that you delete. It doesn't matter how many people you ban. It doesn't matter how many people get deplatformed for saying this. The truth is the truth, whether you like it or not. And that's it. Just look at Sweden, they're not sitting there back. Yeah. Whenever I go overseas, my urge to randomly hit people in the head goes up 100%. Same for you guys. Oh, of course. Yeah, obviously. I mean, or you know, do other things too. Obviously. And wherever I go, there's going to be some stickers. Like, for example, like, it's not because this is always black, of course it's going to be something else. It's where they're coming from. Like, if this is like a black guy that's coming from, like, fucking Britain, and he's been a third generation fucking, British person, that's not really going to be the problem. And, but, like, no, what my point is, that if it's somebody coming from one of these developing countries that can oftentimes decide to speak the language, they should be going back. They should be getting sent back instantly. And the fact is, they should have never gotten invited. If it was so, yeah. And, what's this here? People forget what countries are. If people did this in medieval Europe, they did it immediately and nobody would object. Well, not only would they not object, they would say, thank God, straight up. Right? I mean, that's the way for anybody doing shit like this. And that's the way I think it's still should. Like, in my opinion, I think that we have way too much tolerance for violent, aggressive, and antisocial people in our society. And if it was up to me, I would lock all of them up and force them into manual labor for the rest of their life. That's what I would do. And by the way, you would be living in an absolute paradise. Everything in the world would be better. There would be no, fucking, like, plexiglass cases behind.
We'll save it, guys.
CVS. You wouldn't need to talk to a Walmart associate to get your underwear because
let's save it here.
And
we'll see you next episode for sure.
Like a safe box. You wouldn't have any of those. There would be a complete